Mr. McLeod,
Contempt for what?
Mr. McLeod, two things are going to happen. You're going to answer my question, or you're going to jail for summary contempt for not complying with the court's request. Do you, Mr. McLeod, understand that the maximum penalty for the charge against you is 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the charges.
Mr. McLeod is in contempt of court taken into custody.
Really?
This hearing is complete chaos from beginning to end. Mr. McLeod here is accused of assaulting a police officer. He attempts to argue that the court has no power over him, and he pulls the typical sovereign citizen card. He interrupts, shouts, and throws around fake legal terminology, but the judge shuts him down every single time. This one becomes extremely heated, and by the end the judge has no other choice but to place him in a jail cell for the night. This hearing is both frustrating and hilarious to watch. I mean, this guy is so confident in his nonsense, and then he gets completely dismantled by the legal system. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoy this kind of content. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
Do you understand your right to a lawyer, including a court-appointed lawyer?
I understand that.
Okay. And do you wish to represent yourself instead of having an attorney?
Yeah, I'm here by special appearance, and I will be representing myself.
Okay. I'm required by law, before I accept that waiver, to do a couple things. One, advise you of the maximum penalties that you could face for the charges that you're in my court for. Resisting, obstructing conservation officers is a high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years in prison and or $1,000 fine. There's a habitual offender second notice that's been filed by the prosecutor, which would make that a felony punishable by up to 3 years and or $1,000 fine. And marine safety operating while intoxicated is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days and or a $100 to $500 term. Do you understand the maximum penalty for the charges against you?
Well, I don't even really understand why I'm here, honestly.
Pay attention to how calm this judge is here. He truly tries to give Mr. McLeod a chance despite all the interruptions and the nonsense. It's honestly almost impressive how much patience this judge shows while Mr. McLeod keeps pretending not to understand basic legal concepts. Let me know in the comments though if you guys think this guy is actually crazy or if he's just putting on an act to avoid taking responsibility.
Well, okay. Well, that's fine. Do you understand the maximum penalty that I just explained to you?
No.
Hold on. I can't let you represent yourself until I establish a couple things.
Well, I need to establish a couple things too, honestly.
Hold on. Well, I can't let you represent yourself until I establish a couple things, or I'm going to be in trouble.
Okay.
Do you understand that the maximum penalty that you could face for the charges that you're here for is up to 3 years in prison and or a $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the nature and cause of the action against me. So
what is it that you don't understand? Do you not understand how long 3 years is, or how much the fine is that I've articulated? Can you tell me what it is you don't understand?
The nature and cause of the action against me because there's no established jurisdiction.
That's not what I'm asking you right now. Well, I'll let you place whatever objections you want on the record, Mr. McLeod. I promise you that. Okay. Can we just go one step at a time? So do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face if you're convicted as charged? 3 years in prison or $1,000 fine?
Well, I have another question because the statutory jurisdiction doesn't exist under the Constitution. So in order for me to defend myself, could you please tell me where the published rules of conduct are for criminal statutory jurisdiction, or where I can find the nature and cause of this jurisdiction, or how this information exists?
No, I don't even understand what you're asking. So
you're saying this is a statutory jurisdiction under what? The statutes of Michigan, correct?
Mr. McLeod, I've told you what my jurisdiction is.
General jurisdiction.
The people of the state of Michigan voted to convene a constitutional convention in 1961.
Sure.
There was a constitutional convention in 1961 and 1962. They proposed a state constitution. The voters of the state of Michigan ratified that in 1963. Article 6 establishes the judicial power. And the circuit court is a court under that judicial power of Article 6 of the state constitution. And so you're here in my court. I have subject matter jurisdiction over those crimes. I have personal jurisdiction over you because you've been alleged to have committed them in our county. That's my jurisdiction. So Mr. McLeod, you want to represent yourself? Do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face of 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
One second.
I can see why his attorney withdrew. Oh, shit.
Hang on, someone in the prosecutor's office is not muted. I'm going to remove you from the meeting at this time.
Oh,
Prosecutor's office is generally allowed to attend to observe. They've participated. I'm removing them from the hearing.
Honestly, she's not wrong at all. This was such a raw, unfiltered moment, and you really can't help but laugh. And I honestly don't know how the judge didn't laugh there seriously, though. I mean, how does something like that even happen in a courtroom? Maybe she was just an older lady, or maybe she just got caught up in the sheer absurdity of this case. But either way, it perfectly sums up what everyone in the room was thinking about this guy. And if we're being real, it totally makes sense why his attorney withdrew. I mean, this guy, Mr. McLeod, is just sitting there flipping through his small stack of papers, searching for some made-up legal loophole that's magically going to get him off the hook. It honestly looks like he genuinely believes he's about to pull off the legal equivalent of pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Meanwhile, the judge, the prosecutor, and probably everyone else in the courtroom already knows exactly how this is going to end, but Mr. McLeod just keeps pushing forward, acting like he's cracked the code of the legal system, when in reality it just seems like he's digging himself into a deeper hole. You really have to wonder what sovereign citizens actually think is going to happen. Do they truly believe the judge is suddenly going to stand up and say, you know what, you're right, case dismissed? It honestly feels like watching someone try to win a game they clearly don't understand the rules to, and by the end of it, the prosecutor's little comment feels like the perfect cherry on top. Because if you were in her position, you'd probably be thinking the exact same thing. What's even crazier is how committed these sovereign citizens are to their nonsense, just like Mr. McLeod sitting there shuffling papers and quoting fake laws. It's just so entertaining to watch. I mean, this guy is extremely delusional, but let's go ahead and dive back in.
Mr. McLeod, do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face?
One second. Okay, so in enforcement of mere statutes, judges of all courts do not act judicially and are thus are not protected and qualified by limited immunity. That's Owen versus the city. I just want to state a few things for the record, since you're claiming this is a jurisdiction under statutory law.
Hang on. Mr. McLeod, can we back it? Look at me for a second. Can we talk here?
I challenge subject matter jurisdiction, and nothing can go forward until that's addressed. You're saying
I did address it, and I denied your objection. I have subject matter jurisdiction.
Doesn't exist under the Constitution.
Your objection is noted. All right. So, Mr. McLeod, do you understand? Let me explain to you.
Sure.
Sometimes, as I said, people might want to represent themselves, but let's say they have limited intellectual capacity and they don't understand what's going on.
You can really tell the judge is completely done with this guy's nonsense at this point. It's not even savage, it's just straight facts. I mean, you've got this guy fumbling through papers and quoting made-up laws while the judge is calmly roasting him in the most professional way possible. You've got to respect it, though he's calling it exactly how it is without even breaking a sweat. Moments like this really remind you why judges are the ultimate authority in the room.
I have to establish that they know what's going on before I can allow them to represent themselves. I'm required to establish, do you comprehend, do you know the maximum penalty that you could face if you're convicted as a result of this charge? 3 years in prison or $1,000 fine. Do you understand that, Mr. McLeod?
So I'd like to state for the record that
Mr. McLeod, stop.
The court can be
Stop, Mr. McLeod. If you don't understand it, I'm going to revoke your right to represent yourself and have an attorney represent you, because I can't establish that you know what you're doing. So do you know the maximum penalty that you would face?
I've challenged this court's jurisdiction. You haven't established it yet. You said you have a statutory jurisdiction which doesn't exist under the Constitution. I'm trying to figure out where I stand with this. So I can't answer any of your questions until you answer some of mine.
That's not how it works. Are you refusing to answer my question?
No, I'm
Then answer it. Do you understand the maximum penalty that you face for this charge?
So judges who become involved in enforcement of
Mr.
your
McLeod,
statutes.
I have other matters. Mr. McLeod,
Involved agency. What's that?
you know, I understand you want to object to things, and you're going to be allowed to object to things. Okay.
Sure.
But we have to do things one step at a time. And I do have other cases today. I'm not going to entertain this for like a whole hour. I've got other cases going on. If you want to dig in your heels and just make this real complicated or real difficult, we could do that. And I can hold you in contempt and you'll go back to a jail cell for a while.
Your Honor, I don't wish to be held in contempt. I just wish to exercise my Sixth Amendment right.
That's fine.
And
so before I can let you under,
I can cite laws that will show you that the exercise of a right can be converted into a crime. I'm trying to understand the nature and cause of the action against me. You're not clarifying it enough to where I can comprehend it, as you say.
you comprehend the maximum penalty that you would face.
I'm not answering any of those questions until you establish that this is a court of the Constitution, has jurisdiction under these jurisdictions.
I established it. I told you. You might think I'm wrong and you can appeal.
There's
it
no
to the
such
Michigan
thing as
Court
a
of Appeals.
statutory jurisdiction.
Mr. McLeod, let me make this simple for you. Do you ever watch, let me make this simple for you.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you this question one more time. One more time.
Okay.
Two things are going to happen. You are either going to answer my question or I'm going to hold you summarily in contempt. And the court officer will bring you to a jail cell and we'll talk about it tomorrow. You understand that?
So.
Mr.
in
McLeod,
contempt for what?
Mr. McLeod, two things are going to happen. You're going to answer my question or you're going to jail for summary contempt for not complying with the court's request. Do you, Mr. McLeod, understand that the maximum penalty for the charge against you is 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the charges.
Mr. McLeod is in contempt court taken into custody.
Really? That's it. Protecting my rights is what said last time. Sorry.
Fucking John.
This isn't true. You guys
You'll
are
have to
following
follow
unlawful orders.
unconstitutional
You're following
orders.
unlawful orders. It's not
Not a
constitutional
good
at all.
thing.
Mr. McLeod's in contempt. He's sentenced to 1 day. Mr. McLeod, your sentence is 1 day in jail. We'll reconvene tomorrow and get you
This is about
notice.
the Constitution. I did nothing wrong except to question and exercise my rights.
This guy is honestly such a clown. I mean, watching him try to act like a lawyer when he clearly has no idea what he's doing is extremely embarrassing. I don't understand why this guy didn't just get an attorney. It's not only common sense, it's literally a right. You can get a free lawyer under the Sixth Amendment. He has the right to legal counsel, and if he can't afford one, which honestly doesn't even seem to be the case since he's sitting there wearing those fancy sunglasses, instead he's out here shuffling through papers like you saw and spewing a bunch of nonsense that carries absolutely no weight in a real courtroom. You can clearly see the judge trying to give him a chance at the start, being polite, patient, and explaining things slowly, but even the most patient judge can only tolerate so much before they have to shut it down. The craziest part to me is how confident this guy looks while making a complete fool of himself. He's sitting there acting like he's about to crack some secret legal code when the law is actually very clear. All he has to do is answer simple questions like yes or no. It's really not that hard. This guy is in court for assaulting a police officer, which is a very serious charge, and it's often classified as a felony, which I'm assuming it is here, since he's facing up to 3 years. Instead of addressing the charge, trying to negotiate a plea deal, or even putting together a real defense, he's just wasting the judge's time and his own time too, and now he's earned himself an extra day in jail. It's all completely pointless. The judge even points out that none of what he's saying applies and mentions that he's noting it mentally, but it's almost like McLeod is living in his own little world, convinced he's making progress. As entertaining as it is to watch, there's also a sad side to it. This guy is clearly not mentally stable. Sovereign citizens often believe they're exempt from the law because of made-up legal theories, but in reality that approach has been rejected by